Morning. Good morning, Eric. How are you, man? You're definitely new here. Welcome, buddy. How's everything with you? Actually. Morning, Kutan. How are you doing today, man? How's your weekend? How was your weekend? I'm solid. I'm super solid today. Weekend was okay. Yeah, it's cold. It was a cold weekend, man. Super cold. You get that, right? Church and badminton. Yeah, badminton, indoor badminton, indoor badminton, obviously. Yeah. Church, I don't do enough church, but I should, honestly. Me, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing solid. I think personally, this weekend was pretty normal. Nothing too crazy, to be honest with you. So usually, I just study. I just study. I maybe hang out with a friend or something like that. I go to the gym. I have like a weekend job, right? So I work on Saturdays. Um, just Saturdays alone. Part-time job, basically, just like retail. And then yeah, just to have some cash flow, right? I don't want to be too lazy here. Yeah. We have some more orders to the upside here around 850s, but I think right now it's kind of looking like sellers want to continue it lower, potentially here after that candle here. So I'm gonna try it just to see what's going on. We also have a gap from overnight too. One big fat gap right here in this area. So it makes me kind of wonder whether we're going to come back here later today. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. You always got to be busy, right? Plus, like with social media and everything, it's like I'm just doing it for fun, right? But I think one of the biggest ones is just being busy and constantly moving. It's the hardest one. Oh yeah, can't imagine. I want to have kids too. I want to have like at least two, at least two. My family is really big, right? Like I got a lot of cousins, a lot of aunts and uncles, and they all have like two kids. So my family has always been really busy. They have like a very light order here, just at the 40s. I'm just wondering whether we continue lower today. Yeah, only 135 points up. Right. Morning, Elsie. How are you doing today? How was your weekend, man? Yeah, I'll catch you later. Definitely catch you later. Shit, bro. I don't know if I like that candle there, but sure, why not? All right. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you soon, Q10. Yeah. It's 9:30 is about to open up too, so we don't know what's gonna happen. But market right now is showing a lot of highs and ups. Like we had a lower low here as well, so I think we have a good chance here to actually break the lows one more time today, right? We had that nice consolidation over here around 800s. It hasn't broken below it. It's still in a higher low momentum state, which to me kind of feels like we could continue selling off today. I would love to see that retest the low here. Maybe even down at like the gap here, 690s. That's what I would like to see. 690s. Yesterday's continuation type of play. I'm just being patient here. And of course, I'll get out of the trade if it doesn't work out for me. So we got about 3 minutes until open. I want to see them wash it out here. Potentially underneath 733 start or lower. I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty good short position at the moment. Stop loss is the highs here and target 60 points down. We just cracked through here. Want to see it continue, maybe down to sell side liquidity here, and I'm out on that trade. Yeah, just because we're pushing right into support. It could also come down to 700s here as well, but I'm not gonna wait and find out when we just bounced from overnight. We gapped up on the overnight here, but there's a little gap right there. On the 5 minute here, I want to see the 5 minute here as well. Short day of trading for you? Yeah. Why? You have an appointment or something? Errands? Yeah. Always busy Monday, man. I had a couple errands yesterday too. I went to my tenant's place and checked out their moldy dishwasher and everything, and I don't know, it was pretty disgusting. Yeah, but I'm gonna be changing that pretty soon. My aunt wants me to find a washing machine for her, and it's taking forever. It kills a lot of time. How's your weekend, man? You do anything exciting? Is she okay? Is your mom okay? No, all good, man. As long as your family's alright, man. I've been watching so many YouTube videos on like these car accidents and stuff, and it's crazy, man. It's scary. Cars are scary, bro. Cars are scary. Yeah. I'm glad I sold mine, to be honest with you. Yeah. I sold mine because it was just sitting. It was just sitting in the driveway during the winter, and it would just eat snow piles. Like, yeah, the damn tractor just comes by, sweeps all the snow onto my car. It's like literally you can't even see my car under the snow. It was bad last year, and I was just sitting there. I was like, man, I don't even have a shovel. Like, what do I do with that? That's so crap, you know. Like, I'm glad she's good though. What kind of was it? Was it bad? Was it like front bumper, back bumper, side swing? Looking pretty choppy right now, bro. I think it might take a long here. Try it. I think maybe one up here. I want to see a sweep here. Yeah, I want to see a sweep here. All right, there it is. That one was pretty obvious double bottom on the bottom here. I should have went long on my actual account here. That I messed up on that one. That's a strong sweep though. 60s to 80s. That's 40 points on the open, and that's 2 minutes before the open happens, right? So I think we're breaking out. I think we're actually gonna break out. That's a nice breakout trade. I think a lot of people caught that trade though. Tons of people caught that trade. Yeah, that was definitely a respect of the support here, right? 3 bar reversal, 1, 2, and 3. And then the second candle came sweeping in. And the last time we had that, we had a rejection too, so I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind when I take these trades. A little pullback here, as expected, right? And I'll try jumping in one long here. Buyers are clearly interested here. All right. I'm gonna take another long here, maybe. I got one more long here. Let's see if I can get something good going on here. A nice little swing back up off the support. I think 800 bucks would be nice. I want to see it swing back up here to 68s. Nothing? Yeah, it's kind of iffy, right? But I think we're still in a good range here, right? That kind of seemed interesting to me to see, right? A little like look at that how it like bounced off that support too and squeezed. So I'm just kind of like thinking that it might come back up here. See, that's the sweep of it. Let's see if it comes back up. Maybe. No. Okay, so I think we're going back lower then. It's not going to break. That's a nice breakout. I'm going to aim for below here. Maybe lower. Oh no. Looks like it wants to bounce. Liquidity is at 850 still. I'm just trading on my combine too, so I'm not like going crazy, you know what I mean? The combine is just a combine. I'm not sweating over it. We should see a sweep here. Just one big candle here. If I'm right about this, we should probably just dump right into it, to be honest with you. This gap right here is actually a closer. I want to see a gap close here. All right, I'm out one. Oh wait, I'm out one, sorry. I'm gonna grab another one here. I want to see a gap close here. I think it will reach the low here. And you know why I'm thinking it's going to reach the low? Reason being is because we're in a 136 point range. Direction of the trend is currently on the downside, which is 133 points. So if we're going to break out, we're going to definitely break out below this. I'm pretty sure we will break below this in a way. If this range continues the way it does. Right, this is only about 131 points, and on average we're about 200 points out. I'd expect maybe another 50 points out of the range. A nice engulfing bar, which I've expected. I'm expecting that engulfing bar. Yeah, I want to see it continue here. I'm gonna jump in potentially one more here on the shorts. There you go. Nice rejection of the engulfing bar here. That's a nice rejection of the engulfing bar. I want to see another one sweep under here. 690s maybe. 1,285. There's no news either. So there's nothing that should really drive the market in the opposite direction. I think we need to fill this gap first. At least a double bottom on the open, which would be a confirmation of the support, right? So if it does, it's going to rush right through here. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see a drop here up to 690s. Say drop a little bit more under that. I'm going to take one off here. And I want to see it sweep this. Yep, give me a sweep here. Nice close. does feel to me that this support is holding though, in a way. When the market is not in panic for news or not bullish or bearish, manipulation will pop. So with care and precaution. Yeah, that's so true. But the implementation behind this trend right now is very bearish, right? It's already failed a couple of my favorite type of trends to play. So usually on the first green candle that you see, usually the second candle, especially in a bearish market setting, if there's any type of reversal, after we'll always get one large engulfing candle on the sell side, and then the next one right after that is usually a bullish engulfing. That usually tells me that there's a reversal process in place. But the fact that we actually ended up wicking that and not engulfing it just means to me that the sellers are still currently strong, right? And then over here they did the same thing: one engulfing candle, one little buy candle, one selling candle into the support here. You see how there's a wick here, and then basically we could not break that low. So this right here has the potential to be more than just a this could be a 3-bar reversal type of play, but I still don't like how this 1 minute candle here is below the close of this high, right? So that to me tells me that the market is much more sentimentally bearish at the moment. And that's like that's my bearish reversal setup. That's usually because I'm expecting a left shoulder, a bottom, and then a right shoulder to form off of that 1 minute candle. And that's usually a 3-bar reversal play that they print on larger time frames as well as lower time frames. Like for example, right here. Oh shit! Even right here, look at this one, Elsie. 15-minute green close. Right. The next candle is an engulfing selling candle, and then right after that we reverse into a bullish head and shoulders of some sort, and that's what I'm expecting. Right. This right here is 15. It's larger time frames, so there is expectancy that this bounce would happen, but usually it does happen on the 1 minute as well. So I'm kind of looking at both. I think we have a good chance that this actually just breaks the low here, because we're in our range right now of only about 130 points, and typically we're at 200 points on the day, right? So I think if this is right here already showing me signs that it wants to continue selling, I think we're going to sell right through this gap and potentially run for the low here and beyond that. See, another good close right there. Now we're watching the sell side liquidity, and I'm kind of like thinking here that I could probably take a short here again, a re-entry of a short, and potentially get out really strong. I'm looking at how they react here on the gap. Yeah, I've already taken a few trades. I took a trade last night, just over here. I took a long, actually. Show you my trades. Right at the 6, because I was expecting some volatility from the overnight session. Especially, I was looking at how we sold off so hard. My expectation that we're gonna get a bounce here was very high, considering the fact that we haven't created any larger institutional higher lower high, right? This right here was very tight consolidation, and then now we finally got that breakout of that large channel to the downside. So I took a long here in anticipation to that, right? I actually waited about 3 minutes on the open to see how it reacts, and right when I saw this engulfing, I jumped in long, and then I aimed for either the gaps or I go for the buy side liquidity, which is at 778. So those are the trades that I took for this account. And this is the only trade that I took on this account. This other one right here, I've taken only one trade as well, or two trades as well. Last night, I was originally short, expecting them to pull it back here. That failed miserably, and I jumped in long and basically scalped out. And I got like $66 from overnight. And then over here, I took a short and then basically got out right here on the support. So this right here is starting to form into a nice little bounce for us. Yeah, this is definitely feeling like a little bounce for us right now. So I want to take my chances here. Right? Oh shit, Top Split TV. All right, this is looking like a bounce now. This is looking fairly clean for me. I'd say that right here is a nice clear indicator for a bullish reversal, and we have a gap just right here. So I don't think we're going to sell off very quickly yet. So I'm going to put my long position in and expect it to come back to VWAP here. Maybe. I like that bounce right here too. Quite a breakout in my opinion. We should come back up to 34s, 35s here if this implementation process is right. It could also come back up to VWAP. And yeah, it's kind of like this, right? We had that nice support form. We bounced really hard, came back all the way down. Next support, we're now at that gap support. I think we could definitely take a bounce here as well, potentially for 740, 750s maybe. Let's say I want to take a $500 trade out of this. We got that second candle over the 13 moving average. We're now retesting into the resistance, sort of. It looks like the buyers are coming through. And I feel like I want to take my position, exit right there. Because just anticipation, you know, like just needs to break over this right here. Now, I don't want it to come under this gap here at all, to be honest with you. I should actually put my stop right here, about $420 out. And because there's a little gap right here, it could get retested, but I like the chances that the buyers are going to come through since we saw strong buyers in the morning as well. I want to see that implementation. I want to see them pump it back up here. I like that close on the 13 moving average. Tells me that they want to hold it around this price and that buyers are slightly interested. I'd say the consolidation is here and then they'll sweep it lower later. As for now, I'm not entirely sure. I'd say I don't want it to go below this candle here because that is a very low probability long. I want to see it come back up to this gap here, retest the open, and then continue selling off. At least about inside the open here. 700s. I like this 1-2 candle bar setup here. Kind of reminds me of an engulfing setup. But I know buyers are definitely charging in here right now. They're charging into this trade. Right? Because there's definitely buyers at this level. It could also chop. But the implementation is there, so it should work out. I'm taking my trades on evaluation right now. My other two accounts are green and really bright, $400 on each of them. So it's like I'm kind of trying to just you know, get some base hits and bring my confidence back from last Friday, right? My last Friday was just absolutely garbage, but that's just how it is sometimes. Should spare some space here. 670s is my space. Now I don't want it to go under here because if it does, I want to get out of this trade as soon as possible here. All right, so we're cracking underneath that. We are cracking underneath that. I want to see a bounce here. I might jump in one more, depending on how this close goes. I don't know how I'm green on this trade when it was more than, like, the fill was obviously bad, but I came out green on that trade somehow. It filled me for 98.50s before I had my stop loss down here at 685s and it stopped me out for 698s. What the hell? That's funny. Okay, I'm good with that. So I guess that implementation, that means that trade is not really going exactly how it is. That's a pretty strong seller to me, honestly. That's about 35 points on the dump. And we are now inside the gap. It's starting to really show that they want to sell. think we're gonna go under. 50 scalp, nice. I am going to take a short position as well, and maybe stop loss just right where the gap was. I'm gonna wait for it to flush under here because it's starting to really look like a flush to me. But I always, you could always be wrong here. It could actually double bottom, bounce all the way back up, and probably catch everybody here. But there's lots of liquidity under 650s here. Lots of liquidity under 650s. I think we could get a pretty big swing here. Like about 70 points underneath that. Yeah, I like that we filled the gap, and now usually after filling the gap, what happens is that they continue selling it off. If this is the right type of trade in the first morning, like first session in the morning, then this should go through then easily. Because that right there was my confirmation of a retest somewhere here and then dumping. Yeah, could keep going. Just trading on the combine, nothing crazy. Right? Trading on the combine. My stop loss is at the previous high here, 1,170, and my overall target should be 70 points below the opening range. We should hit about 200, right? So 200 points right here, 200 points, 613.50s is my goal. 613.50s here, right? That's about 200 points to the downside here. We should push right into 613.50s here. Right below that, yep. I want to see 430s, 430s, 430s. It looks like a continuation type of environment at the moment. We could push into the 430s here as well. Here's a strong seller. I want to say 200 for sure. Yeah, I would say 200. 200. Maybe like stop loss here. I'm going to trail it now. $200 points. Give me a flush here. Right into it. All right. So that right there was about 40 points. Big thing's going really hard. So that's about 200-point mark now. Yeah, this keeps going there. Honestly, like this is a short type of trade, like you don't want to go against that. There is a clear level around 420s here. We have broken below one of the biggest structures since the close here, and we have now 512s and 420s as the next two levels of support where we bounced off last time. So I think we have a really high probability short sell day today based on what I'm seeing. Yeah, this candle right here on the 15-minute is so big. So that just tells me much more that there's a bigger picture play and implementation. I made a video just recently, Elsie. Did you see it? My short? Yeah, crazy fall, right? Have you seen my short? My shorts have been picking up a little bit, honestly. I've been really good with the transitions and everything. So it's like growing steadily. Even my fiance started started making food videos and stuff. So she's got like her own. It's called my fiance started making her own channel too. Right here, and then basically like she'll upload her shorts and everything of like just food, right? So that's what I'm happy. Like her and I, we've been sharing this experience together, basically, having to like post our short videos like constantly. Look at this crazy drop, man. Just keeps going. I want to take a short, maybe up here. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good for discovery. You're exactly right. It's super good for discovery. This thing's really dropping here now. That's beyond 200 points, so we're structurally beyond the 200 point mark, and no resting liquidity downside. It looks like it's very light liquidity. In fact, very light liquidity. See that 5 minute candle right here is a doji. I think we could retest that maybe. Not entirely sure, but this is a nice engulfing candle right here. 601s. I am going to take a long position here in hopes of a breakout some sort here to the upside. Nice engulfing candle for sure. Should be like 20 points just right here. Retest inside the gap here and then continue downward. I want to see it retest above this right candle here. And we're on the right here. There is a support right there. And there's a nice engulfing under this. I'd say 500. Oh, that sucks. You talked about this fall. What do you mean by that? This right here is like that 1 minute inverse candle that I was talking about. I don't think they're done yet though. They really just keep going here. Let's see. Look at that little retest at the lows here. 64s, right? I'm gonna try adding to this short instead. Because it looks to me like that strong seller is just gonna keep going here. Another $800 if possible. Yeah, it's a very good chance. I took a long here because I just thought it would bounce on the support, but it just kind of fell through, and now it's a strong seller. Yeah. Who knows, man? Market's really weird sometimes, right? Very finicky, and you never know what's going to happen here. So we might see one more candle here. Just flush under here, bud. I don't like that candle there. Yeah, that to me tells me a bigger picture forming here. Go, 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 go. Go. Keep going. Another 30 points. Come on. Okay, now you see this. Now it's going to start climbing 1 minute candles lower and lower. It's going to keep going and going and going. And then another drop maybe. Yeah, maybe I should go for $1,000 this time. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, in the fall, I think it could. Yeah, you're right. On the weekly. I did mention that. That's true. Could happen on the weekly here. I want to see one more drop or something like that. I think they're going to do it. One more drop here, bud. They're not really making it easy anymore. Yeah, because if you look at the weekly, right? You're actually right. I did mention that. Yeah, if I actually look at the price right now, like look at how this is, man. This right here was a classic consolidation before we ended up doing a very big reversal in this entire sell-off. Even my sister was asking me like yesterday, what are my thoughts basically, and I just said, like the markets right now, don't buy. Just don't buy on your equities, don't buy on your large caps. We're definitely overpriced. We're 100% overpriced here, and I think we're gonna get like an exaggerated move. We're gonna come back to this support, or they could come back up to the thousands here and get another dip buy opportunity. But right now, short sellers are looking like that uncertainty bearish market that Trump brought last time. It's right here. It's just looking like it. This one looks like a very nice support. Right? This right here, especially. Who knows? This could be a very bearish month. Very bearish month, couple months. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I might have gotten out a little bit too early on that. But nice 1 minute doji there. I'm not gonna buy, obviously. I bought in this candle because I thought it had a good chance to bounce, but they're really selling it. The liquidity is super low still. We're already about 300 points. The last sell-off we had was 600 points. So this is about half the amount now. Right? Half the amount. We're going straight here. 420s, 430s or something. Look at that break. Right here it shows another continuation. Usually this is an engulfing. Keeps going. Honestly, the sellers are actually maybe a lot stronger than I expected. Yeah, maybe like I shouldn't be bouncing. I'm not gonna go for any bounce plays. This is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's starting to look ridiculous, right? Yeah. Another 500 bucks there. And worst part is that I'm not capitalizing enough on my funded accounts. That's okay. That's fine. I'm gonna just save myself the trouble of FOMO. I'm gonna lock myself out on one of the accounts because I just don't want to hit FOMO. Maybe I'll lock out for an hour, maybe. Yeah, no FOMO. I'm gonna lock FOMO. Where the fuck is this thing going? It's actually going down here. Okay, I'm gonna get out of all these trends. I'm gonna start getting rid of my boxes here because clearly, like, this is not what anybody was expecting here. Yeah, get rid of everything. And just look for the bounce here on the support. Right? 430s. I know there's an order on 430s here. Nice little bounce. Do I trust the bounce? Maybe. I'll just do it. One little bounce here, bouncy bounce. Nah. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's like a super tight trend here, you know? see it though. I see something here. There's definitely buyers here. I can see the sweep of buyers in this level too. But no liquidity has shown up on the book map yet for me to be interested in taking longs. Yeah, you're right. 47's on the 15 minutes too. It's much larger volume, so less fake outs. So I'm waiting for the bounce, honestly. Like, I think there's a bounce coming. We're definitely oversold now. We are in an oversold. This one was a very strong kind of environment, but this right now is telling me it's oversold. Right? Like, we are definitely oversold. Yeah, I'm going to take one more long here. We are 100% oversold here. 1,005,000,000% oversold. Yeah, I could see that. I trust this bounce here. I'm gonna fucking go for it. And we're oversold. I know we're oversold here. Oversold as hell. I want to see that crack here. I see that buyer volume right there is much higher. Holy shit. It just keeps going. Yeah, it's fucking oversold, man. They keep doing it. Sweeping it lower. I need a big one. Oversold, bro. 130% oversold. I want to see it somewhere here. Watch it. Some crazy shit's about to happen, bro. It's up here. Watch like the right shoulder swing here. It's fucking like I know it's oversold. It was oversold here. Like there was divergence, this big buyer right here. It's just I got stopped out. Unfortunate, but that's how it is, you know? I will jump in one long again here. I'm expecting it to really break out here. I want to see $1,000, $900 push here. Like one swing over that. Give me a pump. Crazy, crazy pump here. V-shaped moves happen especially on no news days too, which makes it more of a reason why I like to take longs on supports. I want to see this right here. Watch the sweep, eh? Right into this right shoulder here. Right above this, right here is the left shoulder. I'm expecting a really big move here into the 80s or 600s before we continue selling off again. because we had that very strong V down shape. So what am I expecting? Another V shape back up potentially here in play. Right? Buyer divergence stuff, you know? Yeah. Some buyer divergence kind of thing, you know? All right, so my combine is now locked out. I just need $800, and then basically I pass that account too. And then this one, I think I'll wait, bro. You too, Elsie. Enjoy your day. I hope you have a amazing day. Have an amazing day. Yeah, literally. And yeah, I'll see you around. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah. One pullback here. I think one pullback right here would be nice. 500s. Yeah, but no volume, you know, like just don't fight the trend, especially if it's directional. That's all I can say. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight it. Don't fight a V shape bull rally into like after a really large sell off like this on a no volume like a no news day. I think we could really push it here. I think we could really rally. Honestly. Okay, so now 30 seconds onto it. I think we are really starting to ramp up here on the 1 minute. Looks like we might retrace all the dojis potentially. This one right here is starting to look like it wants to come back up to VWAP. I like my chances on that. I'll just wait. I'll pull back maybe into this level here if I can. Yeah, it looks like buyers are really crushing it. No. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely try it. Maybe. Nah, I'm like actually FOMOing. Like I have FOMO right now. But I shouldn't, right? Who knows? All right. Looks like we got a nice crack here after resistance. So we are hitting a little bit of resistance here, but I think we're still in a safe place, considering the fact that we closed above the gap here. We closed 15-minute green candle as well. If there's going to be a pullback, I would actually jump into this pullback because the 15-minute was able to close green. And I am a big fan of that for sure. I would like to see a 50% retrace, which is 630. 630 on this candle here. And if we close above 680, 675s, I think we're going to come back all the way up. Most likely towards 800s today. So I'm keeping that just there in the back of my mind. There's still buyers in this trend here. We're about to engulf this right shoulder, aren't we? They are fighting here. So what does that tell me? I'm going to wait for them to potentially snap it here and then afterwards jump in. All right, so that's the right shoulder. That's the momentum. You jump in longs here and it immediately rejects. That tells me sellers are strong here. Right? That does tell me that sellers are strong here. So I want to see a drop here to 550s. 550s maybe. Say 550s? Yeah. 550s here. I'm gonna go for 550s, yeah. 550s. I want to see a sweep here. Okay. Got out a little bit too early, but I am happy that I'm up $400 on both of these accounts, so I'm gonna lock it out. I am actually gonna lock it out. I think the trade quality and everything that I have could be better. You know, the implementation and everything could be better. I want to take less trades. So my goal is to take less trades on the day. Not about taking too many trades. Right now I'm up $414 with 2 trades in total for this account, and this one here 4 trades for $410 today. And that's basically it. That's going to be the green of my week and the start of my week actually. And I want to start good. I want to start with having more confidence in my trades and everything, which is exactly what I'm aiming for here. And that's it. So on my combine, I'm up $1,000, and on my value funded accounts, I'm up $414 and up $410 today. And that's gonna be it for me. Today was really good. Solid. Super solid. Yeah. Um, okay. All right. Clearly, this is an uptrend. That's great. Hmm. Hey, Kutan. Welcome back. Yeah, very good trades. Very. 110%, man. 110%. I didn't even realize I was trading the 30-second chart. So when I started seeing these buyers right here, yeah, much better than like yesterday, like last Friday, right? Because I closed out on Friday with the 660 loss. Today I hit 414, right? Traded less. That's all that matters to me. I honestly try not to trade too much. It's tough sometimes, but happens. And then my combine's getting there. Just needs another like $750, and then I get another XFA. Super easy trades today. Nothing crazy. I had one mini where I made $1,000 on it, and the other one's 500 and 500. Yeah, like it's kind of funny that like I can't replicate that with an XFA though, because it's like mentally so challenging when you take the trades and stuff. But then on the combine, it's like you kind of breeze through it very quickly, and I don't know why it's like that, but it is, man. It's like that. How did you do? You do anything good? It's weird, right? But hey, like it's always process over everything else. Oh, okay. So I'm not doing the reversal challenge on Friday. But that's okay. Psychology trading. I made $100. That's good, man. $100 is good. USD, right? It's all gold from there. This right here is a bull pennant, bro. That's a classic bull pennant. Right here is the target. If this bounces here, this is gonna run. And sweep the liquidity here at 65s. Are you trading your funded account, like the combine, or are you trading the real account, like your personal account? I think you will, man. You'll definitely get funded. Just be sure of that, and just take very simple trades. You don't need to take too many. Anything less than 5 trades is enough, man. Right? Pick a direction that you think it's gonna head to, and that's it. Like my thesis was just pretty straightforward today. Um, I was literally telling you this morning that we're gonna break out. We're only 136 points, and we're probably gonna hit 200 points on the day if it breaks out in the direction, and we did. I ran to 613s. I held that short all the way, basically. What kind of restrictions did you set for yourself? Daily loss on your combine? Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? 300 is good. 300 is really good. Are you using micros? Micros. Yeah. Honestly, max 5 trades daily loss of 300. ES and NQ. I feel like the max of 5 trades, like the amount of trades that you're given and stuff, it can really hurt, make or break your account. Sometimes like you'll get tilted from the. That's why like I give myself as much room as possible when I take trades, because for me, it's just me personally. I love the idea of having to like set a liquidity, like a liquidate and block, and then basically locking out your risk settings for like 300s. I love the idea. It's just you got to really understand whether it's for you. So for me, it's not good because I know that if, let's say, for example, I'm in the middle of a trade and I might have made a micro mistake, which is human, right? It's very human to make micro mistakes. And I know that there is like a pending reversal because I'm very sure, like I'm confident enough that there's going to be a move coming. But then I'm locked out. It kind of just triggers me even more, right? But then again, when you get locked out, it's like you can actually like identify how you're feeling later in the day, and that's what happened on Friday for me. I was so tilted. I was so annoyed, man. When I took this 660 hit, it was just like I was just blown away. My brain was killing me. The 660 hit killed me on Friday. Killed me on Saturday too. Both, right? Killed me on both of those days, and I just thought, wow, like I hate that. But it's just a self control thing, right? Sometimes you got to just recognize that you just have to lock out. That's all. Problem is, I keep on taking trades on top of trades. Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, me too, man. I take trades after trades after trades. But it's funny, right? Like, nice. Nice that you did. And, here's the real thing for that, Kutan. Just know that there's no rush to pass this account right away, right? But it is a good idea. Um, Even if your monthly cost is coming and stuff like that, it's like just just chill, one account at a time, and then basically once you pass that, you move forward. You pass that, you move forward. It's just, and then when you get your funded account, bro. Here's another tip for you. If you get your funded account, honestly, don't think about the drawdown. Don't think about it too much. Don't think about taking a payout. Just think about following the process that you have in front of you and just growing the account as much as you can. Don't think about limiting yourself with how much you got to make or like giving yourself a certain drawdown. In fact, give yourself a higher profit target, right? Like for myself right now, my overall idea on this account, I want to hit 5K. I genuinely want to hit $5,000 on this account alone. And because of that genuine thought process, it's like I'm not limiting myself to anything less than that, right? If it hits 5K, I'm in a good spot, right? I'm in a very good spot. And that's the most important part. You can't limit yourself with the drawdown, because if you tell yourself it's like, oh man, I just need to make 2K and then I can take a payout, that's what's going to limit you. That's going to limit you a lot. And you might be thinking, oh man, I think it might be okay for me to take a payout, right? I already got my 5 days of trading. Like for example, myself, right? I do have my 5 days of trading. I have it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could technically take a payout today, right? I could later on today withdraw exactly $600, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I am not gonna do that because I want to actually hit 5K. That's my goal. And then when I hit 5K, I'm gonna take $1,000 out every week, at least $1,000 every week on each of the accounts. That's my goal, and that's gonna help give me more confidence in my trading, right? Um, I think that's like overall what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'll show you this. I took a few trades. you know, quite a bit of trades on my combine, but you know, I took the trades on my combines as I would on like my regular account too. I just followed the process on all these trades. So I'll show you on the 5-second interval here because it's kind of like cluttered. But this is what happened. The idea and execution. Yeah. So I took 2 here. Started off really good actually. 53s, 53.25s, and then got out at 65 and 76. So I got out right here for 2 minis, right? My stop loss was just right here. At the low of this candle, technically. No need to show the ideas or the trades. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me go back to the 1 minute then. So for me, man, really like the biggest component was having to look at, let me just get rid of this too, give me a sec. There you go. So how I identified it really is just looking at the 1 minute first. So on the 1 minute, 6 p.m., we opened up with the gap just last night. So, and we weren't able to basically break below it. So I knew that there was an imbalance in this area here, right? I knew that there were definitely sellers in the market today. And another thing to consider was over the whole night session, we weren't able to break over this level here, right? Over the whole overnight session. So that to me told me that there was resistance at this level. Clear enough that there was resistance at this level, and we weren't able to get over to the next resistance level at the 850s here. So that's like basically my thought process for that. So I knew there was a resistance here. So let me just draw out a resistance. I'll just call it resistance here. Right? Clearly, because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times where we couldn't break above it. It's all good, man. Appreciate that, Kutan. Really, I'm just teaching people like what I like, how long it took me to learn this stuff, right? Like, I want it to be easy for people. I don't want to make it hard. Practically, what I saw in this trend was we had a level here. We created a low, right? And then we created another higher high. So you can see how we're making a higher high, right? And usually the implementation is that you want the higher highs to constantly be going higher and higher and higher, right? Like this, and you kind of just want it to be expanding when it's going to the upside. Then later on the day, we had a lower low print. So that to me right there told me already we had strong enough sellers to break the support, right here. So I took long, yeah, because I saw the process of this trade, right? I knew for a fact that there was a level to retest in this area because I looked at the book map. The book map was telling me that there was an order here. So I basically thought, if there is a bounce here, there's a possibility that we're going to retest this level before coming lower, right? So and I mainly take trades for long because this is my preference, right? I like taking long trades because statistically over 20 decades or 2 decades or 3 decades of trading, the market's only gone up. So I know buyers are gonna always be like fundamentally there, right? And I'm just a long trader. I don't really take too much of shorts. Bookmap is like liquidity indicator. It tells you where the liquidity is, right? So you get a free version on YouTube. I just go to YouTube called Bookmap, Live Bookmap, whatever. And then over here, you can pick ES or NQ right here, hashtag NQ. And then, stupid ad, of course, monetizations, whatever it is. Let me skip it. I don't have a premium. And then on this bookmap, it looks very confusing. But let's say, for example, down here, you can see that at 21,400, there's an open order for 103 orders, right? On the book map, what at that time in the morning, I saw like basically a bunch of orders up here, and it kind of just like shows in skews like this. Right here you can tell there's no orders, right? 27 all the way down is only 28. Like at most there's not a lot of orders, but over here it says 21 400s. There's a massive order right there at 21 400s, 100 contracts. All right. So practically I had my knowledge here. Resistance is here. I zoomed in a little bit more to see what's going on here, right? And I can clearly see that there's a foundational support here from the overnight here. There's a little foundation of a support here. Or as I guess you could say the sell side liquidity. And I'm talking about shorter time frame now, shorter time frame, smaller time frame. But overall picture is short though. It is short. And I knew for a fact as well that if we were to break above this resistance here, this is right here, another resistance. So I'll call this one resistance 1. Oh, okay. Yeah. There it is. Definitely support. It's getting flushed here. 430s, 420s, or 400s. They got a 400 order here. I don't know if it's gonna be a bait and turn. Kind of could. It could be. Could be. Honestly, could be a turn here. We'll see. Pretty much, it's like pretty clean shorts. All good, Kutan. Don't ever be sorry, bro. Everyone's got their own thing, right? You're here to see me, not the other way, where I come to see you, you know? So it's like you can do anything, man. You can do anything. Basically on the, I don't know if you want me to continue here. Do you want me to continue with what I saw or something? Probably could, right? Yeah. Oh, bookmap, yeah. It's a very useful tool, man. This will actually help you with your edge a lot more than you think. It also, you know, works. Like a lot of times it does work and sometimes it doesn't work, but quite often it does work. So when you have your edge, of course, and everything. But yeah, this is how I look at it. Right over here, 21,400s level. There's an open order for like 100. And basically it's like considered as, it's like a magnet, right? It's a magnet. So your intention of this trade is to basically determine the overall trend, whether it makes sense to take a short and for that magnet to be respected. So let's say, for example, I'm looking at this trend right now, right? Looking at this trend, it's clearly making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, all the way down. It's grinding very slowly. You know, this is taking about, you know, it's taken about 37 minutes to get to this point, which is crazy actually. 150 points, that's a lot of money. It took about 40 minutes to get to this level, right? But we can clearly see that there's buyers in this level, right? So the setup is there, right? The setup is here for the longs. Now we know that there's an order down here at the 400s. So there is also the probability of the trend breaking through and filling the 400s. But, you know, you want to look at the setup and see if it makes sense for you to take a long position or a short position based on the liquidity, right? So over here it's 400, and sometimes I'll think to myself, okay, you know, there's a really big order there, but the question is, I ask myself, is it going to fill, right? Is the setup there? Is it good enough for it to fill? So what I do is that I look up and I look at whether there's any large liquidity orders for the price to move higher, and whether it makes sense that the price could move higher as well. Right now, there's no orders to the upside where it's telling me that it's going to go higher, right? The only one that I see though is over here. So over here is a COB, and this one's right here. I think it's called the current order book. And basically this will tell you what the current orders are on the market is like currently pending and which one's the closest, right? So this is a very tight range, 387 to 575. If you look to the right over here, it says COB on the right. This one's also the same thing, but it also shows like 21,800s. So this one right here doesn't show 21,800s. This one will show 21,800s. So it'll tell you how many orders are there. It's 116 orders at 21,800s. So I'll look at that, and then I'll look down here whether there's anything pending below, and there's not, right? So this is like a more of like a zoomed in version of it, COB, and this right here is more zoomed out, right? So that's how you determine whether the direction of the market is going to make sense for you to take a trade long or short. SVP is the orders that are already been filled, right? So SVP is basically like a quote. I forgot what the acronym means, SVP in Bookmap. It means, I forgot what it actually means. It says session volume profile. So that means it's like volume that has already been filled. So session volume profile. right here it says that we have 1,011 lots, right? 1,011 lots that were filled at 21,512.50s. So that means that around 21,512.50s, we have 1,000 orders that have been filled there. So you look back at this, you check it over, and you know that right here is 512 lots on the order side. So 1,012 orders here filled in this range specifically. So there was about 1,000 orders filled here, and this right here, when it's showing red, 1,001, like 1,011, it means that it could either be short sellers or it could also be a combination, right? So, but generally, like, it's whatever side is. So the more red it is, it means it's just short, and the more green there are, it means more buyers, right? The bids. So right here is a lot of ask, 1,011 of people that shorted this area is what I would think. That's what it implies to me. And there's also 1,226 short sellers at 489, right? So this implies to me basically that there's a possibility that if this price does push above 512.50s, there is a potential short squeeze in play, right? Because there are a really large amount of orders in this level. So when you see the liquidity open up, when you see an order book of, like, for example, let's say 150 lots or something like that, up here, it's possible that those are buyers basically looking to exit their position at this price around 21,575 or something, and there's going to be 115 lots there. That's how you gotta get the idea between liquidity, right? So they're going to use this right here as liquidity to fill all the orders to the point where it's 575s, and then all the buyers will get out of their position around this level. And that's how I basically read the book map. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense, right? Yeah. So now you can see that the price is moving up, right? It's coming towards the 113, this little area, 490s. And now we're pushing above that price now. See how fast it's going? We're now above 490s. And basically that was where some of the short sellers are. They could still pile in more short sellers. They could still add more to their position. Yeah, so they could add more to their position right now, but we are now moving into that area where the institutions and those short sellers are very interested in shorting, right? You see this right here, the 138 lot? It wasn't there like a second ago, I'm pretty sure. There was actually less there, but it looks like they just added another like 100 short contracts at that price. So now I'm kind of thinking this right here might be respected as a short selling opportunity, right? But if it goes above 512.50s, then now it's kind of like, all right, it's possible that the longs are now accumulating, right, in coordination with the short sellers, right? And in order for me to figure out whether they're accumulating, I'll look at the buyer volume here, the buyer volume, and I'll see if it's increasing. If it is increasing green volume, green bars, that to me means that the buyers are accumulating and that the short sellers may potentially get squeezed, right? They might get squeezed over the 512.50 mark. As long as this buyer volume here and the buyers are doing that, we will get a squeeze, right? So that's what I'm anticipating here now. I'm looking at that. One other thing that you want to also keep in mind is that if you see this entire volume book here, and you can see that all the orders, like you can see it's like 183, 95, 42, 42, 57, 114, 87, or even below where it says 97, 63, 97, 73, 176, 330. This right here is also an indicator that the institutions are more interested in this level, whichever has the highest amount of volume traded. And sometimes on different days, you're going to see, let's say, for example, like 300, like you'll see 300, 300, 300, 300, 300 or something like that all the way down. And then for some reason, just below here, it's all 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. So sometimes the institutions will push the price back to where that volume is, right? Where the institutions were originally interested in trading. And that's where more trading volume activity, usually it increases within that area. and it's less about the retail traders. So the retail traders will always be trading in the lower volume, which is where they get caught. They'll get chopped up, all those different things. And as it gets into the institutional volume profile, that's when it starts picking up in volume and swings become a little bit bigger. And that's how you really like maximize on the trading day. That's what I kind of like look for, you know? So if I'm, for example, trading in a low volume institutional, like a low volume area in the SVP here, I'll think to myself, what's the most highest volume profile right now that I see? And is there a possibility that the market makers will push that back into the higher volume profile where everyone is interested in buying and selling? So sometimes I'll jump into a trade as long as I see one, a COB order of, let's say, 300 lots. Stupid ad. One, I'll see a 300 lot order here. Two, I'll see large incremental institutional buyers inside this range as well. And three, we're in a profile where it has low volume. Sometimes they will push it all the way back. And yeah, that's like as deep as I can get right now with what the information that I have, right? Like I don't really have that much information in front of me, so I can't really like elaborate more than what's over already here. But I've seen how like the book map plays. It does that, yeah. It does that quite often. So yeah, so you can see that now we're kind of like breaking in that order book here. It should either one, pivot around this area. Two, if it breaks above, there is a possibility for a squeeze of at least 1,000 orders. 1,000 orders here. It's all good. There's another thing that I will recognize is that on the 15-minute chart, we can see a large wick, and we have now retraced that entire wick and formed a double bottom of some sort. So there's a possibility that this price can squeeze all the way back up to 570 as a bracket. So now there is a couple confluences, right? One, the confluence of liquidity is on the book map. Two, the setup is there on the 15-minute chart. And three, there's a double bottom support. So that kind of like gives me an idea whether the direction of the trade I'm taking is right, you know. And if it's not right, then it hits my stop loss, and that's it. That's all I can do, right? So that's how I jump into trades. I would, let's say, for example, jump into a long trade here, put my stop loss maybe at the low here, this is a really big stop loss though. So it's like criteria wise, it's not my type of trade. I probably would have jumped in longs already right here, to be honest with you. This one right here would have been my position, to be honest. Like, this is a pretty classic breakout, and that would have been my position. And I would have been looking for that liquidity here, just right here, or the buy side liquidity, or potentially it could run here too. But yeah, that to me seems like a high probability trade. We also see that little triple bottom here. So for it to pull back, it could happen where we get a little pullback, you know, and I've seen it multiple times where after breaking out, we'll get a pullback, and we could potentially wick below, but if it's a bullish trend, it will not wick below, right? It will not wick below, and you're going to be in a safe trade. That's usually how it is. So that's typically what I see in this type of trade too. So when you see a breakout, sometimes it'll pull back one more time, and then later on we'll get a nice bull rally like that. And that's typically what the market makers do, especially on the NASDAQ. So now we're breaking above that liquidity zone like I was talking about. This right here would technically be another potential long entry criteria with the stop loss just right here. And then we can push for the next common interest level, which is right here. Yeah, I'd say. And that's it. Yep. That is trading in a nutshell, bro. And I'm only doing this for you, Kutan, because you're the only viewer. So, like, if there was other people and there was, like, too many people asking me, it's kind of hard, you know what I mean? So it's, like, it's nice that I get to do that. Yeah, so I can only do it with you right now, you know? If there's other people, I can't explain to every single individual that ever comes to my stream. You know what I mean? It's going to be too hard. That's going to be less efficient for me, right? I won't be able to trade. But I'm already done for the day, so that's my trading. So you're in a good place, you know. All good, man. All good. I don't think I'll be showing up on Top Step TV next week, this Friday, because there's going to be some. They're just rescheduling it, so. Yo, Kutan, if you can like my stream, I would really appreciate that, though. The YouTube algos, you know? I need that YouTube algorithm to come. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm so done. Yeah. I'll probably, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm starving. I always get those spam calls. Alright, you see that pullback right there? Yeah, I think I'll be trading tomorrow, so I'll see you around. Thanks for coming by, honestly, Kutan. And I'll be trading tomorrow morning again, looking for the best trades possible. Sometimes I do slip and I do screw up my trades, and it doesn't go exactly how I want it. But that's the whole part of the game too, right? Even though you know all this knowledge, sometimes you get emotional and you'll just make a mistake, and you have to like just understand that that happens, right? Right. I'm more of an emotional person, so I know that if I make a mistake, it does hurt a little bit more than usual, but I think I'm almost there too. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I started making very consistent posts on YouTube too, with like the shorts and stuff, and it's been looking really good too. So, like, look at this YouTube short. It's pretty high quality, like the one that I made. Right. Let me just show you. I had like I posted it on my Instagram too, and a lot of people came to watch it, and I think that's sick, right? Oh, you saw it? Yeah, it's solid. It's definitely like that clickbait kind of stuff. So I'm really I enjoy it. Yeah, it's climbing slowly. I'm having fun with it. To be real, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and that's all that really matters. Whether you're having fun with something, if you really want to grow it, you gotta have fun with it. Thank you. I think I will. I think I will eventually. I wanna be like I wanna get like monetized and all that. It'd be sick, man, if I got monetized and stuff. It's not easy though, but you know, I think a lot of people put work into it, and I can't undermine my abilities on doing that. Nice, nice. She'll get monetized. She'll get monetized. It's actually crazy how like YouTube pays you like that. Like it'd be cool, right, to get paid from YouTube and stuff like that. And it's just for making videos and having fun with it. I know a lot of people don't know how to do it, but once you really start like enabling yourself, it gets really fun. It's like you start brainstorming for ideas, and your creativity increases, and the whole nine yards, really. It's just wild. Watch hours? Yeah, watch hours is tough. 3,000 watch hours is nuts to be. That's crazy, man. That's 3,000 watch hours in a year. Or you need about like 300 million, like 100 million, like people to watch your YouTube shorts. That's crazy, bro. Oh, that's even worse. Like 4K, that's wild, man. That's wild. But if she keeps on posting and stuff like that, eventually it'll hit the peak as well. It just has to be interesting. That's all. That's pretty good. 1,500 watch hours is really good. It's a lot. You never know if it'll work out or not, right? 979 subs. Wild. What kind of videos does she make? Is it like sciencey and stuff? I heard that if you do like financial gets like really high like CPMs and stuff like that. So I'm just trying it out. I'll see you tomorrow, Kutan. Ciao. Nice seeing you. Talk to you tomorrow. And I am ending stream.